What's up, YouTube? I hope all is well with you because everything is fabulous with me. So, today was the season premiere of the 14th season of The Biggest Loser. And let me tell you, it gave me everything that I needed. Oh, so I'm going to go ahead and break down what happened in an episode right now, and hopefully you guys can watch along with me in the upcoming weeks. So let's get started. First, what they did was they did something that I expected them to do. They trumped out Miss Jillian Michaels. She was walking in the dark hall fierce, and they were like, she's back. And I was like, yes, she's back, and she needs to be back. Got you really excited. I mean, I know I was really excited. Then they started the show, and they introduced the three children who are going to be the ambassadors of change. Basically, they're going to lose weight along with the contestants, but they're not going to be on the ranch, and they're not going to get eliminated, which is, I think, the best way to do it. I think when it comes to having children on the show, a lot of people were skeptical, but I feel like Biggest Loser is doing a fabulous job handling the kids so far. I don't think they're exploited. I think it's a positive message that they're sending out. Because when the kids ultimately start losing weight, I think it's going to show other children natural and fun ways to lose weight. And I think that's a fabulous idea. Because I know when I was a kid and my parents told me I needed to lose weight, I always looked at it as a chore. And the way that they're introducing it to the children, it's a lot more fun and it's a lot more subtle, which I think is the key for kids losing weight. Yeah. Then after they introduced the children, they introduced the trainers, and they came out all like, I am the stuff. First, of course, it was Bob. And why is Bob wearing these pseudo glasses? I'm not understanding why he put some 3D glasses on his head and he thought it was okay, because it's not okay. But he thinks it's okay, but it's not okay. Moving on. And he's got a lot of tattoos too. Yeah, moving on, and then they introduced Dove. Dove was looking as sexy as ever, and on top of that, he was wearing a tank so he could show off his arms, which I was living for. Those were some sexy arms, Dove. You better get it. Then, of course, they introduced Jillian Michaels again, and she's like, yes, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back. Woo, woo, woo. And it was really exciting. I was excited to see all three trainers. I think that's a really good combination to have right there. There's just enough cockiness and craziness to make it a good TV show. Yes. Then after that, they introduced the contestants, and they did it in an interesting way. They had it so they had these keys to the Biggest Loser ranch, and 15 people were chosen to come on the ranch. And they had like this big audience of people, and they had the contestants scattered about everywhere, and apparently they did not know they were on the show yet. That's what they say. I don't know if I believe them, but that's what they say. They didn't know they were going to be on the show yet, and they were called out one by one, and they did the woo, we're going to be on the ranch, and that was cute. Then the part that I'm always looking forward to, and that's when they have the first workout. Now, that first workout was a hot, buttery mess. Let me tell you, there was people falling out left and right. There was Jillian, Bob, and Dove yelling at people. There were people throwing up. There were people just tripping over random invisible things. Like they were just like, I am about to die. It was so crazy. Like, my goodness, it was ridiculous. And it got to the point where it's so ridiculous that Jillian, she kicked out, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 people from the gym. She just kicked him out. She said, bye, you ain't doing what I need you to do. So instead of embarrassing me, I need you to get out. Goodbye. And she just kicked them out of the gym. I think it was 3 of them. Yeah, she kicked out 3 people from the gym, and she only has 5 people on her team. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that there were 5 people to each team, and it's a red, white, and blue team, which is clever because that's the colors of the American flag. But I can't remember. Yeah, Dove is the red team because everybody knows that black people look good in red. Then Jillian's the white team because she's nice and pure. And then Bob is the blue team because Blue and Bob have the same letter in there. I don't know. Let me move on. So that first workout was a hot mess, and there was a lot of yelling and tears and crying. And poor Jackson, he just can't win. He's falling all over treadmills. Just he lost his glasses at one point. Like one scene, he has his glasses on. The next scene, they're off and disappeared someplace. He just was not having a good time. And then, surprisingly though, some people that you can tell are really strong competitors. First of all, Gina, yes. Gina's a strong competitor. Same with Pam. Pam is an older lady, but she was keeping up with the rest of them, which I was really happy to see. I was like, you go, Pam, girl. You better keep up with the rest of these young bucks. And it was surprising to see that the younger boys were having more difficulty working out. And I think the reason why they were having so much difficulty is because they expected, since they're younger, that it was going to come to them easier. That's what I'm thinking. And they were surprised when it wasn't that way. So the next day, they had their first challenge. Okay, this challenge was really, I didn't get it. But they had to get some letters from this big old bag of balls. And they had the children hoisted up in the air, which it was just a lot going on. But all in all, the person that won the challenge would get a 5-pound advantage at the weigh-in. And when I heard that, I was like, that's it? That's all they get? That doesn't, okay, whatever. And I was right, but you'll see later why. But, so they had the challenge, and the white team, Jillian's team, won, which is very impressive because, the day before, 3 of them had gotten kicked out of the gym. So, good for them. But with the 5-pound advantage, I was just kind of like, okay. I don't think it's going to make a big difference in the first week because people lose so much weight in the first week. Maybe if it was in the last few weeks when it's right before they do their final weigh-in, that would make a huge difference, but not during the beginning of the competition. But I digress. So the next day, they have in their last chance workout. And people are improving, even though poor Jackson, he threw up and a little splashed on Bob. Oh, that's disgusting. And I feel so bad. That's poor Jackson and poor team member. That's just throwing up while working out. It's like the worst thing ever. I've done it a few times when I was in basketball back in the day. And it's not cute. It's not fun. And you feel like crap. Usually, when you have food poisoning and you throw up, you feel better. But not when you work out. When you throw up, you feel worse. Partly because you're probably dehydrated at that point. But the shocker in the last chance workout was Jillian was working her team, and they're doing a pretty good job except for Nikki. Nikki is having a difficult time with the workout. She starts crying, and then Jillian, which I thought was going to be like this little heart-to-heart where she gets to know Nikki a little bit more, and they come to some revelation, and she gets back up, and she decides to get back on the treadmill. She decides that she's just going to quit the competition. She just said, this is not for me. I don't want to do this. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gone. And I'm like, oh my God. Why would you do that? Why? Thousands and thousands of people have tried out for this competition and now you quit? Really? I could have been there. No, I couldn't have been because I didn't try out this season. But that's not the point. The fact that she threw away this opportunity, that makes me sad. But she did say something that I did really like. She said when she was going to go home, she was going to go ahead and get therapy so that she can get her mind right, so she can get her body right, which I think is a good sentiment, and I hope that she lived up to her word. But something tells me she's going to be back in the competition because they didn't do an update on her. And I'm assuming that she's going to be back sometime soon. That's for sure. I think that's going to happen. She's coming back for sure. And I don't understand why everybody else was acting like they were sad that she's gone. Whatever. That's competition. You need to have your eye on the prize. You have $250,000 on the line and you're thinking about somebody else? No. If they decide to quit, You're next in line for that $250,000. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Okay. Next, one thing I do want to mention is like with Gina, um, she was talking about how she doesn't like the fact that she's a weak link, and I didn't like the fact that she was even using that type of vocabulary in front of the team members. Because once you start saying, I don't want to be the weak link, I don't want to be the weak link," guess what? People are gonna associate you with being the weak link. You should say that you are the biggest, baddest competitor the whole entire time, so that everybody believes it and they get scared to eliminate you. But now that you're saying you're the weak link, once it's time for you to be up for elimination, people are going to come for you first because you said it. I'm just saying. But moving on. Okay, I've got like 4 more minutes to wrap this all up. Then it's final weigh-in time. First, Jillian Michaels' team goes, and everyone loses a modest amount of weight. One person that kicks a whole lot of butt in that team is, who was it? I can't even remember. Oh my gosh. But I know Gina did a good job. One thing that I felt was a red light was TC said, "Well, I'm not worried. I'm not going to go home." And I was like, uh-oh, he's going to be either the bottom two or the one going home just because he said that. That's just the way it works. Well, they go and they lose a significant amount of weight. Then the red team goes, and the red team kicks butt and takes names. They did such a fabulous job. All of them losing like 20 plus pounds. They were on their game. Then Bob's team goes, the blue team, and it was a close call, but they make it. They lose a whole bunch of weight, and the bottom team was Jillian's team, which is very, very unfortunate because they had the 5-pound advantage, which I told you already wasn't going to make big of a difference. So the next thing that happens was this week, instead of them voting off between the two lowest weighing people, they decided that the person with the lowest percentage of weight loss was automatically going home. And the person with the lowest percentage of weight loss was unfortunately TC. And that broke my heart because TC had that heartbreaking story of when he was in a car accident, he accidentally injured his child because he was so heavy and he wanted to lose weight for his kid. And oh goodness, the fact that he went home so early was just so heartbreaking. I was like, oh my gosh. But I like the fact that he turned it around and he basically said, look, I may not be on the ranch, but I get to come on this journey with my family, and my family gets to see me improve, which is beautiful in my opinion. So that was the first episode, and there's another episode for 2 hours next week. I mean, not next week, on tomorrow. So that's like 4 hours of Biggest Loser in a span of 2 days. Like, Biggest Loser, what are you doing? That's a lot of TV. Like, that's a lot. I'm just saying. Don't do this often. This should be like a one-time thing, okay? Thanks. But all in all, I loved the episode. Pam was giving me all the one-liners I needed. She was hilarious. Oh, and Alex, the person that I want to win, she was very understated, which I like. Her and Michael, the black people, they didn't lose that much weight. But I'm glad they didn't, because right now they need to be incognito, which means they don't need to be on the radar at all because they need to win. Yes, I said it and I'm not taking it back. But as for a weigh-in, I am going to do my personal weigh-in tomorrow at the second episode, and you get to see how much weight I lost. And also, shout out to the Biggest Loser group that I joined on Facebook. And we're doing a Biggest Loser challenge, which is a lot of fun indeed. I'm having fun. We were talking about the episode in the Facebook group this last night. And, well, not last night, tonight. And it was a lot of fun. So I just want to say shout out to the ladies. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are doing everything you need to do in order to have a fun, healthy, successful life. And I'm going to talk to you later because my timer is running out. All right, ta-ta, you guys. Bye.